Hi, I'm Steph and this is your PMC extract guide for Lighthouse. We are going to start at the southernmost point, which is Southern Road. That is the first extract we are looking at. So we are on the map right here. Southern Road is a PMC extract, but it also is a scav extract. So in order to access this, you would either have to go from the beach and go all the way here, or if you're coming from the chalet area, you go through the mountains and drop here. So that is the first extract, and it is found right there after that gate. For our second extract, we were gonna run all the way at the end of this street. We do need to follow the street to the right, like keep the mountains to our right, and the beach that we can see right now is on our left. The lighthouse is where I'm pointing at, but the extract is towards our right. We go all the way on the road until we see a tunnel. When we reach the tunnel, it means we reach the extract. If we reach these trucks, we know we are already very close to the extract, and our extract will be to the right here. So you see this tunnel? This is a co-op extract. On the map, we are at side tunnel. This is the extract. So we went all the way from Southern Road. We followed the path, and the extract is to the right of the path. So this is side tunnel. This is a co-op extract, which means you have to have a PMC and a scav in order to be able to extract. We have to go all the way inside the tunnel and into this door for it to pop. Okay? It says cooperate with a scav to extract. From here, we will go to the next extract, which is Mountain Pass. For Mountain Pass, you need a paracord and a Red Rebel. So you won't be able to use it unless you have those. From the side tunnel, we're gonna cut the road through here, and we're gonna go there. So we are gonna go all the way up the hill, cut the road, go through the chalet area, and go to the Mountain Pass. You'll see why in a second. So let's look at it on the map. We are at the side tunnel, and we are going to the right here. You have to be very mindful if you're going for this extract, because there's a lot of camping spots in these mountains. But the video is not about that. It's about learning the extracts, right? This is like the indicator that we are on the right path. You already see a jeep and a little wooden cabin here. Of course, when you pass through here, you do have to be very mindful, as there may be people in the house, there may be people on that. They could be inside here. They could be on that corner, in this window, in this garage, and so on. We pass through this area, we go through the wooden door, we check our surroundings, and we go forward. We keep the mountain to our right, and we go right here. So in this little area, again, we are at the mountain pass. We are in between the mountains. This is the cabins we've seen. These are the cabins that we see to our left. And the extract is right here. That is mountain pass. Again, you have to have a Red Rebel and a paracord to be able to use this extract. If for any reason it says it doesn't extract you, you might need to drop your body armor or put it in the backpack. You can use an armored rig, but you cannot use a body armor to be able to use this extract. So be mindful of that. Okay, so from the mountain pass, we're gonna go through the mountains again. Gonna go downhill, and we're gonna do transit to Shoreline and path to Shoreline. These are a extract and a transit, okay? So we are at the mountain pass. We're gonna keep our mountain to our right. We're gonna go through here. When we reach the end of this little path, you will continue to your right, okay? So this is the little scav village that is found here. We are on this ledge. Gonna go all the way at the end here. So we're gonna see transit to Shoreline and path to Shoreline. So both the transit and the path to Shoreline have a very big area to use. You can start using it from behind this up until that little edge. So let's go here and see the transit and the extract. There you already see the transit to Shoreline. And if you go forward, you're already extracting. Right, but all this transit zone As you see, it's very big. The transition zone is very, very big. And we can go all the way up to that rock. And we will go there because we need to go to the next extract. Don't use the transit unless you want to transit. Go forward a bit and then you'll be able to extract. Okay, the next one is going to be Passage by the Lake. The caveat for this is you need a minefield map. If you don't find a minefield map, you won't be able to use this extract. This is, as you see, it says activates the Passage by the Lake extraction. So we are here. We're going to go through the mountains and all the way at the Passage by the Lake to see how that looks like in game. You get on top of here, you will notice the village that we just passed. That's another small village next to it, but we keep the mountain to the right and we keep forward. We'll meet a lake in a bit. We go past the lake and that's where the extract is going to be. Yeah, if you pushed forward, as I said, keeping the mountain to the right, you will be met with this little lake. Be very careful here when running. Don't dare jump because you will break your legs. Don't jump here. Just go around it. You have to go all the way in between these mountains. And at one point we will see a minefield panel. And this is the extract. You'll have to be here in order to extract. The thing is, you have to be very mindful because if you do not have this, this extract will not be displayed. If you can see, right? We are looking on our list. It's not even displayed there. You have to find it in order to be able to use it. Okay, so that's the extract here. From here, we're going to push forward. So from passage, we're going to go to transit. And then it's also a car extract here. So we have transit to reserve and vehicle extract. We're gonna go next to this other lake, go through these rocks and go to the main road to be able to see these extracts. So we'll go through this lake, we'll go to the main road and we'll see the transit and then we will see the car extract. Be mindful if you want to go up there, you have to learn where the mines are. Maybe study the minefield map we were just talking about. If you want to stop for catching your breath, there's the statue. Okay, we go through here. And we take a right. Of course, you have to be very mindful here because there are rogues around. I'm not gonna touch the rogues point on this video, but there's a lot of things to be careful of, especially on the roofs. On the roofs of the building, you have to learn where the rogues are. We're just gonna go push through to the main road, and I'll show you the transit to reserve and the vehicle extract. Okay, this is the main road. Transit is going to be here at this number 5. Okay, this is transit to reserve. And if we go a bit forward, we can see the car. So that is vehicle extract. As I said, we have 2 extracts here, which is reserve, transit, and military base. From here, we're gonna go to the armored train. So we're gonna follow the path down. Go through the gates and go to the armored train. This is the next extract. For the armored train, it will arrive between 20 and 15 minutes left in raid. You will hear this honk and then you can use it. Honks twice when it arrives, stays for 7 minutes, and then before departure it's gonna honk again. We're gonna go see where the armored train extract is. So from where we are at reserve, you have to go all the way down the road until you find the gate you can go through to the right. As I said, I don't touch the rogues part of this, but you have to be mindful that the rogues are dead. Otherwise, taking this path is gonna take you back to the lobby, not extracting. That is the gate we are looking for. I will say this, 1 rogue can be on that gun. Never cross here unless you kill him. Otherwise, you're dead. Okay, and the armored train is at that warehouse. This is where the armored train arrives. As I said before, it only arrives at a certain point in the raid. And it plays this sound when it arrives. Twice. And then stays for 7 minutes. And then it does this again before leaving. Last but not least, we have a transit to woods and northern checkpoint. So from the armored train, last but not least, we have transit to woods and northern checkpoint. So from where we are at the armored train, we're gonna go through the warehouse. There's a crack in the wall here. We're gonna see transit and then we're gonna see northern checkpoint. We're gonna go through the warehouse. Of course, you can go around it, you can go in the back of it, and so on. We're just gonna go through here. When you get here, another quick tip, always check this table. You might be surprised of what you find there. We go all the way at the back of the warehouse. We see the crack in the wall. We go through it. And if we see this, we know we're in the right place. So transit to woods is gonna pop around here at the blockade. Yeah. And the northern is next to that truck. And that is all the extracts on Lighthouse. I do hope this video was useful. Please leave a comment, a like, and a subscribe to see more guides like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.